Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures, videos, emails, and links. And if you would like to send me something for a video, my email is in the description box below. So this first email comes in from a community member, and she said another possible reason for the bunkers. Before breathing a word of this to anyone, I make sure I had a source. It was a Common Sense Show video on February 16th. He's on Rumble, having had his channel deleted. Yeah, I know, I heard. So sad, stupid. It's really stupid. Despite 0 strikes or warnings, this gives him great credibility in my book. Absolutely. Anyway, his source said the dollar is to end 7/26/24 by having an April 1st deadline. Their checks would clear along in advance of July. I want to hide for the populace too. Well, it's a very good, very, very good, point that you're making there. Very good point. Son of a gun. 7/26/24. Okay, thank you. And here is an email from a community member. And she said, they've been doing underground bunkers for years. Have you ever watched the Doomsday Preppers with the bunkers? Yes, I have. Actually, did you know that Jason from the Angry Prepper was on Doomsday Preppers? A long time ago he was. Yeah. Aw. Okay, so here is something that was sent in by a community member. She said, here is a link to Martin Armstrong's interview with Greg on USA Watchdog. This is an economist who our government jailed for refusing to sell his prediction software. Cliff High offered his sale to the government, but they didn't want it. His most interesting minutes is 33:45 to the end, including dates. Most interesting is CBDC very soon. There's an article attached to it, and it says Martin Armstrong is predicting political turmoil, civilian unrest, war, and a big economic turndown in 2024 in a new report called The Year from Political Hell. It's not just a U.S. election year, but it's an election year for more than half of the world. This is true. This is a global phenomena which no one can be sure of the outcome. Armstrong explains this is not just the United States election. This is what you hear on the news locally. However, step outside this country and, for example, Indonesia just voted in a leftist government. You have the EU going for elections. You have on May 2nd, all the local elections in Britain. You have Russian elections on May 7th. 60% of the world is going to the polls in 2024 to vote for the new government. You may as well throw them into a tumbler, shake well, and to see what comes out. It's all over the place. Oh my God, that's a really good way of looking at it. On the war front, get ready for mass killing. And don't be surprised if it goes nuclear. He predicts there will be nuclear weapons. The neocons keep telling people on Capitol Hill that Russia would never use a nuke because they know we would use them back. That is nonsense. If you are ready to conquer somebody, and this is all they've got left, they're pushing the button. These people, all they want is war. They don't care. They really do not care. They don't care about the economy. They don't care about anything. Oh, that's so true. It's disgusting, right? But it's so true. Armstrong says that the coming war will make the economy crash in 2024 as people get scared, spend a lot less, and save more money. Armstrong says what we are looking at is a contraction, is spending of uncertainty. This is what these neocons are creating, and they don't want to listen to anybody, and it's just their agenda. They don't care what happens to the country. We are looking for a contraction of 12 to 18%. GDP is not going to be rising, but you are going to find inflation is still rising. Well, there's a friggin' surprise. It's disgusting, but it's so true. I mean, it's like, every time you go to the store, every time you go, you're online shopping for like groceries or whatever, it's like 1 week, you'll buy one thing, and then the next week you go and buy the same exact thing, And it's like more money. And it's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you know. So he also says to look for rebellion and government debt as people lose faith in governments around the world. The rebellion is government issued debt, which include U.S. treasuries, according to Armstrong. This means interest rates will continue to trend upward, not downward. On volatility in markets, he predicts look for volatility to start around July, and there may be some false flags too. There's always false flags. That's the scary part. There's false flags, there's red flags, there's this flag, there's that flag. You know what I mean? It's like, and you don't know which way to turn. You know what I mean? And it's like you don't know who to believe anymore. And it's like, you know what I mean? And like, I can sit here and I can literally research a subject, and I will be told 5 different things about the same subject from 5 different resources. And it's like, okay, which one do I go with? You know what I mean? It's like, so it's like common sense has to take hold, and you're like, okay, well, this one sounds more reliable, more logical, more rational, you know, that type of thing. So he continues to say that 45 is still looking like he can win in a landslide 2024, but expect the deep state to pull every dirty trick in the book to keep. Oh, of course. Everybody knows that's going to happen. Everybody knows that. We're not dumb. So he points out if he gets back into power, they're all fired. Well, of course. We could only hope this. So they know they're all losing power instead of reforming and doing the right thing to clamp down. I think they can retain power by pressuring us even more. Sorry, but that's what creates a revolution. In closing, he says pretty much everything is going wrong for the deep state. Confidence in government has collapsed everywhere, right? This is what makes the deep state Dems, rhinos, and neocons very dangerous. By the way, he says he would be a buyer of physical gold to hold as a core asset, right? But silver is worth more than gold right now. So I would go with that, but that's just my opinion. And silver is actually more like you can afford it more than gold. You know what I mean? So he said there is much more. So there's much more in the 1 hour and 4 minute interview. So watch that interview when you get done watching this video. Okay? Love you. Commercial break. So this was sent in by a community member. She said she found this on LinkedIn. U.S. patent cloud seeding. Nothing to see here, just the U.S. patent for cloud seeding 3D graphene oxide nanoparticles. Remember, it's just a patent, though. I'm sure they never stratospherically inject these into the atmosphere. Oh, wait, my bad. We are governed by maniacs. I know, right? Oh, my gosh. It's so funny, but it's so true. So here's something that was sent in by a community member, and she found this on Nextdoor, you know, the app. Solicitor of who knows what turned angry and yelled derogatory junk at me because I said no soliciting here. I have a sign at my front door that says no soliciting. And if you seriously come up to my front door and try to solicit something, I'm literally like, you know what I mean? Back off, Jacko. You know? So he said, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, no, he did not. No, because you're pushing this woman into her apartment and in her face, leave now. She thanked me. What the flip-flop? Okay. No, that's not reason. That's not the reason why. If someone doesn't want to be bothered with solicitation, there's a reason. A lot of times we put those signs up because we have anxiety, or we have social anxiety, or we have, you know, reasons that we don't like when people come to our front doors because something has happened to us. We've been traumatized in the past. So hence, no soliciting. Don't knock on the flip-flopping door. All right? And before I go, on February 15th, 2024, USDA and FSIS announced a recall of approximately 9,330 pounds of ready-to-eat meats that may be adulterated with listeria. Ready-to-eat meats refer to as deli and smoked meat products in this case. The company Donovo and Son is said to be a 60-year-old fixture currently based in South Florida. It sells several varieties of deli meats, smoked products, and other meats, seemingly mostly pork-based. Several of the company's products are being pulled from the shelves due to the state public health partner finding listeria. During routine testing, no illnesses have been reported to date. It appears the products were shipped to the retail locations across South Florida. The specific locations are not mentioned, but it lists Winn-Dixie and Publix and Tropical Supermarket, President's Supermarket, several other retailers and distributors as places that carry the brand's products. All of the ready-to-eat products were produced on December 21st, 2023, and have 3/30/2024 as expiration dates. The products can be identified by the EST of 34257, located inside the USDA Mark of Inspection. The products that are being recalled are 1 pound shrink-wrapped packages containing Don Novo chorizo fully cooked, expiration 3/30/24. 1 pound shrink-wrapped packages containing Don Novo Castellas humadas smoked pork ribs. I know I didn't say that correctly, so don't come for me. Expiration 3/30/24. 12 pound shrink-wrapped packages containing Don Novo JAMON Dulce sweet cooked ham and water products. Expiration 3/30/24. 5.4 to 5.5 pound shrink wrap packages of Don Novo Mortadella Cubano Cuban brand Mortadello with the expiration date of 3/30/24, and 1.5 pound shrink wrap packages containing Don Novo Lomo Ahumado smoked pork loin, expiration 3/30/24. All the products should just be discarded or returned to the place of purchase. All right, guys. Wow. So all of these links will be in the description box below for your references for later. Okay. And that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.